In today's video, we're going to be working on volume of a sphere. On the right hand side, as you can see, the formula is V equals 4 divided by 3 pi r cubed. Okay, for number 1, we have our radius to be 2 inches. So we're just going to go ahead and plug in 2 where the radius is at. So we have V equals 4/3 pi. Our radius is 2 to the third power. So we have V equals 4/3 pi, and we know that 2 to the third power is going to go and be 8. So now we're going to go ahead and I multiply 8 times pi. So it's V equals 4/3, and when I multiply 8 times pi, it gave me 25.12. Once again, when I multiply 8 times pi, I multiply pi as 3.14. So we have 25.12. Then I went ahead and multiplied V equals, I went ahead and multiplied 25.12 times 4. They gave me 100.48. But don't forget, after we have that answer, we have to go ahead and divide by 3. When I went ahead and divide by 3, I got my answer to be 33.49 inches. And always, since it's a volume, we're going to put it as cubed. So our answer is going to be 33.49 inches cubed. Okay. For number 2, our radius is going to be 3. So we're going to go ahead and just plug in 3 where our area is at. And the same thing, V equals 4/3 pi. Our radius is 3 to the third. V equals 4/3 pi. And we know that 3 times 3 times 3 is going to give us 27. Okay? So then we're going to go ahead and multiply 27 times pi. V equals 4/3. And once again, I multiplied 27 times pi, which gave me 84.78. Then I went ahead, now I'm going to go ahead and multiply 84.78 times 4. V equals, so when I multiplied that, I got 339.12. And don't forget that after that, I still have to divide by 3. So I went ahead and divide that by 3. So V equals 113.04 inches cubed. And once again, do not forget to put inches cubed. Some people always do to the second power, or they just completely forget and leave their answer as 113.04. Your teacher's going to take points away, or when you're taking a test, it's going to give you 113.04, 113.04 to the first power, 113.04 to the second power, and 113.04 inches cubed. Okay, just don't forget the volume is always to the third power, and your surface area is always going to be to the second power. Okay, and don't forget, if you haven't done it so already, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. For problem 3, go ahead, like I always say, try to challenge yourself and try to solve it before I solve it, and see step by step if you got it right or wrong, or where did you do your mistakes. Okay, we're gonna do 2 different ways. One where you have your answer, complete answer, and one where you will leave it as pi, just in case your teacher wants you to leave your answer in pi. Okay, so we're gonna start off with plugging in 5 where our radius is at, and we're gonna go ahead and plug in V equals 4/3 pi. Our radius is gonna be 5 to the third power. Okay, V equals 4/3 pi. And we know 5 to the third power is going to give us 125. Okay, so after that, I'm going to go ahead and say that 125 times 4, and then I'm gonna go ahead and divide by 3. And when I went ahead and do that, my answer was 166.67 pi. So if your teacher wants you to leave your answer, oh, don't forget to put inches cubed, since we're looking for the volume, okay? So our answer is going to be 166.67 pi if your teacher wants you to leave it as a pi. Now, if your teacher doesn't want that, all you have to do is do 166.67 times pi. And remember, in this example, we're using pi as to be 3.14. So when we go ahead and multiply that, we have our volume to be 523.33 inches cubed. Okay, so the two answers are going to be right. One, your teacher might just want you to have it as pi and just leave it there. One, some of your teachers are going to want you to go ahead and solve that and multiply still by pi. So any of these two are going to be same answer. So for problems 1 and 2, you can go ahead and also leave it as pi, follow the same steps. And once again, thank you for watching.